Hello there, welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name is Sierra and today I'm going to be showing you some new stuff that I got sent. So a couple weeks ago, a company reached out to me, not back out to me. They reached out to me and wanted to send me some stuff in order to do a video for them, and I said absolutely. I love reviewing great crafting products. I even love reviewing not so great crafting products because then it tells you guys what not to spend your money on. I've already done so why not? But today I am going to rave a little bit about a product I was sent. It's from a company called HTV Ront. HTVRONT. And their logo is kind of like this crazy, wild, awesome ink drip looking type deal. And it's HTV Ront, this stuff right here. They sent me Sublimation Ink. Here's all their deets right there. I will drop a link and, of course, discount coupon for you guys. They sent me ink for sublimation and they sent me some sublimation paper. I did have to adjust the paper because they sent me 11 by 17 and I have a 2720 Eco Tank. It only prints 8.5 by 11. Words are hard this morning. I'm sorry, guys. So mine only prints 8.5 by 11. So I took my Cricut paper cutter thingy and I cut it to 8.5 by 14. But this is one of the transfers that I did. I did a couple so that I could show you the difference between the two that I've been using. I've been using Haipu because they sent me some stuff originally. I love it. Great transfer rate. Everything has done really, really well. No bad stuff in reality. The ink came when it came. It was boxed really nicely. It gave me all the supplies that I needed in order to switch out my ink. The only thing that I would suggest for both of these companies is if you're sending out ink or if you're, people are buying ink from you, send like a disposal kit, because I had no idea where to put my extra ink, like that was still in my printer. I didn't want to mix it because I've been told bad things will happen if you mix your inks, which I don't really agree with, but I removed what I could of the ink in my printer into a cup and I threw it in the trash. That's probably not the way that you should do it, but maybe figure out some sort of like disposal kit, maybe a bottle or a tube or something. I have no idea. Just shooting bullets here. So just a disposal kit of sorts and maybe an additional pair of gloves. Maybe a face mask too. Just all the protective gear. Anyway, so moving on. I did a couple of different prints. This one is pure black, obviously. It's solid black. No, these are not my images. I found them on a dump site. Yes, give me my lashes. I'm not selling them, so it doesn't matter. They're for myself. So, take it or leave it. Well, most of them. I did create one. So this is another image that I made, and it says maybe swearing will help, but you can see the colors. Really, really bold. I did not change anything in the settings on my printer. It's just, that's how it is. Pretty excited. Very vibrant on the paper. Can't wait to see what it looks like on a hoodie. This is using the Haipu. It's kind of dulled already, but this is just on the paper. You can never go by the paper. Ever go by the paper. But this is, I printed last night and we are pressing this morning, so it has had plenty of time to dry. Fair game here. I wanted to do a solid black, one with some detailed coloring there. You can see that detailed coloring for the HTV Ront paper. And then a really detailed and some solid black on the Haipu ink. So, a couple of things. When you get your ink, it does come with a kit for all of your stuff. I kind of packaged it back up to make it look like I didn't use it, but it worked. But you do get your 4 syringes just dropped the needle. Better pick that up. 4 syringes with needles to squirt your ink into, and then some gloves. Then gloves. I have ink on them still, see? Some little plastic gloves. So yeah, you get all that good stuff in there. And that's how it should be. They should give you all the stuff that you need to put the ink in. What I did find really awesome was in the paper. I lost it. In the paper, they send you... I didn't use it yet because I haven't pressed anything. But the instruction package also comes with a roll of heat-resistant tape. Pretty thoughtful, considering you kind of need that when you're using sublimation. If you don't, then people don't. And then instructions. 6 heat transfer setup for fabrics. Steps for fabrics. I can't talk this morning. Design the image, print the image. Sublimation paper only works with sublimation inkjet printers. LaserJet printers and regular ink is not available. Clean up the nozzles to avoid clogging, yada, yada, yada. Heat transfer the image. It even tells you, set the temperature, time, and pressure, preheat the machine. But the thing it does not tell you is the print, or the heat, the amount of the temperature that your press should be at. I do 385 to 390 depending on what I'm pressing. Today I'm pressing sweatshirts, so I do 390 for 60 seconds. Use the heat on the fabric for 3 to 5 seconds only to release moisture and wrinkles. Yeah, we know all that. Unless you're a newbie. And then you have to pre-press your shirt. Only light colored or white polyester fabrics and polyester coated items, hard objects must be coated. I know all that. Good note here, because not a lot of people know this. Do not stack finished pieces face to face, either when hot or cold. Reason for that is sublimation transfers are still transferring with heat after they've been pressed. So I don't know if you've seen any of my TikTok videos, but you should follow Craftily Design, or it's just me on TikTok. I could put a link in the bottom. But anyways, so I did a tutorial, or did a quick TikTok on my craft room after I pressed like 30 bleached tees. I literally had them hanging all over everything in various spots of my craft room and basement. It was crazy. There was just so many. But I leave them like that for a solid day, solid 24 hours before I will fold them and put them up, stack them. And then I don't stack them face to face. I stack them top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. All that good stuff. Or you hang them. Regardless, don't stack them face to face, because if moisture or like anything gets into them while they're still curing, is what I call it, then the transfers will mush into each other and create a mess for you. Not a good thing. So anyways, printer setting, papering, transfer time, pressure, and pressure temperature, substrate all play a role in the image output. Trial and error is key. Please make a test before mass production. Or just wing it. Be like me. Pray for the best. Garment washing instructions. Wait 24 hours before washing it the first time. I never ship same day. I will not press and give to a customer same day. I don't trust them. They're going to wash it. They're going to. So don't ever, ever ship or give same day. And if you do, make sure that you give them a little tag. I have some over there. I'll get it in a minute. That states your t-shirt washing instructions. No bleach, no softeners, wash inside out, cold. Everything else is fine. Hang dry if you want, dry on cool. You shouldn't need any more than that. Be eco-friendly, people. But it tells you right here, wait 24 hours. Turn garment inside out. Machine wash cool water setting. Do not dry clean. Wash garments separately from others. For the first time only. because some of that ink is going to go washing out, especially if you're using a poly blend. If you're using 100% polyester, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're using a poly blend, say it's 65-35, 35% of that transfer is going to wash out in your first cycle. That's how sublimation works on poly cotton blends. 50-50, same thing. 50% of that transfer is going to wash out in the first wash. Tumble dry at lowest setting. Do not bleach. Do not iron directly on the design. I'm questionable on the ironing part. I mean, as long as you use like some sort of paper or something over it, it might be okay. But just use your dryer. Take it out of the dryer before it's completely dry. Fold it. Call it a day. You're good. HTV Ront, top quality at a great price. I did look up the pricing for this. It is around the same as most of the sublimation products that are out there. I would look it up and show you again on my phone, but I'm recording on my phone because camera's SD card doesn't want to work with my Mac. That's a whole nother show for a later showing. But I think it was about $25 for the ink, maybe $20 for the paper. Don't quote me on those prices. I will make sure to put the actual prices in the description there for you with a link. Anyways, now enough about the products. Let's see what they can do. I've already got my press preheating back there. You could probably hear it. And I am using the Zenny 8-in-1 press. Don't mind my mess over there, guys. That's for a craft show. If you're a crafter and you're watching this and you've ever done a craft show, you know the crazy that goes on beforehand, during, and after. So I am going to be pressing those two sweatshirts using my 8-in-1 heat press. It is set at 390 for 60 seconds. Maybe swearing will help is going on that adorable crop top looking thing that I found at Five Below. It is 100% polyester. FYI, guys, don't try to go any in the vicinity of where I live, which I can't tell you. In Ohio, basically. Don't go anywhere in Ohio and try to find these. But these are at Five Below, because I may have bought all of them. Five Below. It's just a very simple, very, very simple hoodie. No pocket. It's got... The reason why I absolutely love these is, one, they're not super thick. So they're good for this summer into fall into winter transition that we're going to be going through here soon in Ohio, especially. It just did it last night. It was like 95 to 65. Like I saw a state trooper overnight. It's crazy. But they are 100% polyester. The reason that I fell in love with these is this is the only tag. This is it. There's no brand. There's no label. There's nothing. It's just this, what it is, and the instructions on how to wash it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little Craftily logo and I'm going to slap that bad boy right here, right next to this adorable size tag. And, I mean, it's super simple. And it's a men's size, quote unquote. So this is a small. This is what I would wear. Comfy, cute, no pocket though. I'm not mad at the no pocket because it gives me more room to put stuff on. So we're going to be pressing these and that. So we're going to start with that actually because it's smaller and this will be interesting. So 390 because of the sweatshirts. Hopefully it doesn't overpress the crop top. I printed this from Design Space, so it's got that black outline on it. So the paper, it even tells you on that instruction sheet, but I almost did not pay attention. One side has HTV Ront and the other side is just solid white. So just make sure that you are pressing on the right side of the paper, which is the solid white side. So what I normally do is I'll just cut around very vaguely. I'll use your heat transfer tape here, or heat resistant tape here as well, using all your products. So HTV Ront for the win. All right. Well, we're about to find out that is. So I prepped my transfer before I even prepped my shirt. Because when I'm ready to press, I'm ready to press, y'all. I don't play games. And normally for these videos, I have my transfers all ready to press. But I wanted to show you guys like the differences in the paper. Again, just very, very vague. I do this because, well, the other one I did because it had the black outline. These I do just because I don't want a rectangle pressed into my shirts. Just leave that garbage on the floor there. I'll clean it up later. Like 20 years from now. Just kidding. But no, really. If you hear a loud bang, I promise it's nobody in my house. It's just storming outside. This image has some like crazy static-y looking stuff going on around it. And normally I would hate that, but this kind of works for this. I think it's just because the background was removed improperly at one point in time. Again, I got this one from a dump site. Judge me all you want. I'm not selling it. It's for me. I might actually go and find the image though to buy it because it's so cool. Because some days I do feel like I'm dead inside, but I'm caffeinated. Unfortunately, I'm not caffeinated yet this morning. It's too early. I got it before 15. I feel like 4:15 is too early for coffee. And then if I start my day off that early with coffee, I will have already had 6 cups of coffee by the time my daughter's bus runs at 8:30. He's zooming around the bus stop. And then eventually, you know, you do crash and all of that good fun stuff. How much coffee is too much coffee? Is there a such thing as too much coffee? I don't think so. All right. These are ready to go and be pressed. So I've got this guy, and this guy. This one. This is, again, same thing, just generic 5 style tag. Pull that off. Something I did learn. And teach you guys a trick or a lesson. Make sure you remove this piece from your shirts before pressing. Just gonna leave that out there. Remove the rest of the tag before you press. So this again just has the generic tag. It is 92% polyester. It looked like 32 there for a second. 92% polyester, something percent spandex, 80% spandex. I don't usually wear these, but I just had to. Have to try it. And I wanted to show you this beautiful design with these crazy inks on a colored shirt. Normally I would have a piece of butcher paper in between my 2 layers, my shirt, but I found that you don't really need that. There has not been one shirt, watch this happen now, that I have had the ink bleed through the shirt. So why waste the butcher paper? It's just another step that I don't want to take. So moving on. 390, 60 degrees, or 60 seconds, and I don't know how this is going to go because it seems really hot for shirt. I had some tiles on here, so I'm just going to flip that over. Okay, so what I do is I'll put my shirt over my press like this, my press plate, giving it a nice little stretch. This is going to be interesting because I've got that knot in the middle. There we go. This way I can see where my center is. I can see that it's straight and it's got a very flat surface. So we're going to give a quick, very quick pressing just to release some of the moisture. And then we're going to pull it back out. We're going to get our press, transfer. This one's for myself, so I really don't care if it's perfectly straight. Just kidding, I do. Because I have OCD. I also have this guy that I can use. My shirt. There we go. Shirt ruler. I want it to be about 2 inches from the neckline. Just remove this. Put that down. Hair on my arm. Make sure it's straight, or as straight as it's going to get. Doesn't matter, because as soon as I start jumping, it's just going to get all over the place. It's kind of crooked, so I had to adjust it. All right, and then the butcher paper to go on top. Let's give this new ink and paper a shot. This is mostly polyester, so I'm not overly worried that it's going to melt my shirt. But then again, it was only $5 from Five Below. If you have not gone to Five Below for some of your crafting substrates, go. Just take a look in their clothing section. A lot of their stuff is 90 to 100% polyester because it's inexpensive. It's kind of like the Dollar Tree in their socks. They're inexpensive, but they sub really well. Same thing with a few other items there, like the canvases and the paints and all of that. Those are really good for crafting, especially when you craft in mass production. Kind of like I do. You go a little crazy. It's inexpensive. $5 for these hoodies. Totally worth it. I don't think I can find them online unless I buy like a big bulk quantity for under $5. And I don't really like buying them in a gigantic bulk quantity unless I know that I've got the need for them. It's a little too risque for me. So yeah, Five Below for the win on the blanks. I also use all day shirts. And recently I have really been loving Heat Transfer Warehouse. Definitely recommend using them for your blanks. They have everything. Tumblers, t-shirts, hoodies, rhinestones, sublimation. Like, they literally have everything. It's crazy. Okay, 60 seconds. Remove this. Nothing bled through, so I can only use my butcher paper. Okay. So, as you can see, there's still a little bit of ink on here. And at first I pulled it up and I was like, oh no, it didn't transfer all the way. But just 1 second. Try not to burn my hand off. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that detail. On a darker polyester at that. I'm obsessed. I cannot wait to wear this to jump. I'm so excited. Because it's true. Swearing does help. Alright, I'm going to hang this. Let it dry. So this was the HTV Ront paper and ink on here on 92% polyester. I love this shirt. Didn't think I would, but let me tell you, it's here to stay. I'm not giving that one away. All right, next. Hoodie. I did already use my lint roller on these, so they have been delinted. I don't know if this is going to fit. Oh, it does. Okay. Sweet. Pull this out a little bit so that I can push it right. Here we go. It like barely fits. This is the small in all fairness, so. I might not be able to do it this way. I'm gonna have to turn it. I like doing it this way because one, it gives me a flatter surface. I'm not worried about the back side. Two, I don't typically use that inside butcher paper. But for the small, this might not work very well. We're gonna try. Hopefully without burning myself in the process. Is that good? Pretty good. I'll take it. So we're just going to push this through, do a quick pre-press. Don't mind my ugly sweatpants, guys. Again, it's super early in the morning, and I got dressed in the dark. My husband's still sleeping, so I don't really think this one's through, but don't mind my pants. I didn't realize that you'd be seeing those, so don't mind them. Anyways, moving on. So this definitely not centered. Move it over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Good enough. I don't know why. This is the Haipu ink and paper. This was one of the last ones that I printed before I depleted it. I made a giant mess everywhere, but that's besides the point. Right? Give it one more look-see. I'm looking at it upside down. Make sure it's where I want it. Good enough. Okay, butcher paper, swing it around, and press. Nice. So we have done 92% polyester with the HTV Ront and HTV ink and paper. And then now we're doing the 100% polyester with the Haipu ink and Haipu paper. Haipo. Haipo? Is it Haipo or Haipu? It's H-I-I-P-O. Haipo ink. I am a child in heart, but that's okay. So I really do love that. And I love the way that it transferred. Turned out absolutely stunning. I didn't think that it'd get any better than what I was already using, but it did. I think so anyways. Of course, to each their own and their own settings and all of that and whatnot. You know, it's not going to be perfect the first time that you use it, especially if you're a brand new person to sublimation. My first transfer was a massive bust. Massive bust. Didn't learn my lesson because if you press on the seams, you're going to get like this weird fading ghosting, and then if you try to repress, you're going to get some more ghosting, and it just doesn't end well. Nothing on the butcher paper. Ooh. Okay, I see you. I like the image. So this is the transfer after it has been pressed. This was the transfer after it had been pressed on this one. I could repress this with a little bit of fading and it would probably still work. This you could not. But I mean, I don't know what you guys want to do with this. This is HTV Ront. This is Hypo. Most of the ink came off of this one. Majority of the ink came off of this one, but there's still some on there. You can still see it very clearly. Moving on. Time to show you the product they finalized. Again, trying not to burn my fingers. Peace, love, and fall, y'all. Okay. Again, it is on a words. It is on a darker gray shirt. Here. Transferred beautifully. Colors turned out really great. I do feel like maybe the other one would have shown the orange a little bit more in the pumpkin. It is supposed to be like an orange glittery. You can see orange glittery. But this is like a dark gray hoodie, so maybe that's why. Don't know. Time to do dead inside but caffeinated. But the other thing that I wanted to show you, or I wanted to compare, which we'll compare on the next one, is the blacks. So here you have a full black stem on the pumpkin. It does have like a brownish look to it. Don't know if that was the image or the ink or what, but it's definitely got like a brownish look to it. I mean, with this transfer, it works, but let's see what the HTV Ront has to do. Does for us. So this one is a large. Okay, that's what I wanted because it's going this way. So don't mind the little tags all over my table here. I have a large headband order. That's what those are for. They're the transfers for the headbands. This one is a bit bigger, so it fits over it well, but come on, cooperate. I'm trying to get the seams here so that I can make sure that the transfer is put on straight so that it doesn't look all wonky. Okay, time for free press. Waiting for my heat press. Don't mind me, y'all. Free press. Okay. Now I'm gonna get this. Oh, my tape fell off. I love it. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Also, guys, I do appreciate it. These ones that have like the weird shaping and then a straight line of wording at the bottom really threw me off because it's like, oh, I don't have to be straight. And then you get to the bottom and you're like, yeah, you do. Okay, that's good for me. Paper. And we press. 60 seconds and go. While that last round is going, if you have not subscribed to my channel, you definitely should. I did a review of the Hypo ink and paper. They also sent me some water slides and stuff, but I haven't had the chance to use the water slides because I really use water slides. But they also did send me a pack of their dark printable iron-on, and I did use it, and that stuff was awesome. But you know, I have a lot of reviews of different products and that are good for sublimation, that are not good for sublimation, that are good for Cricut crafting, for this, for that, and everything else. You should definitely subscribe to my channel, and you should definitely buy this stuff. You know, Hypo is great. I have nothing negatives to say against it. But this stuff so far, the transition from the one ink to the next was super easy. It flowed through the printer very well, no issues. I did have to clean the print head a couple of times. And so far, I really like the transfer rate. It's very vibrant, pops really well. If I had a white substrate to show you what those colors would look like on white, which I'm sure would be freaking phenomenal, I would. But I kind of used them all because I have a craft fair coming up, and I didn't get this stuff until after I had started that stuff. So I do highly recommend HTV Ront, just based on what I've seen so far. I am going to be dropping not only a link, but also a coupon code for 20% off of their products. I do highly, highly recommend you guys try them out. Also subscribe to my channel, because if not, you're missing out on all this chaos. Back to it. Okay, that black is pretty darn black. Like, very black. Push these. Turn this. Safety precautions here, guys. Turn off the press because I'm not using it anymore right now. And look at this. Look at the black. Look at that. Look at that. That is like crazy. So I've done several solid black images. Several. And while they look good, they haven't really looked great. And I thought that it was just because I wasn't adjusting the saturation in my printer very well, or I wasn't doing this or that or something else on my side. But now I see it. It wasn't me at all. It was, first of all, printer's jack ink when I first started. Nothing negative, but you don't get black like this without messing with your settings quite a bit. I did have to adjust the settings on the Hypo ink as well, just a little bit, not much. I did not touch the settings on my printer nor my printing software to get this. This was just straight from Facebook group that I found to printer. And look at this. So just for reference, this is Hypo, the black, and this is HTV Ront black. Clear difference, clear as day. This works for this image because it's fall. Fall is like autumn browns, maroons, all of that. This, though, is gold. Love it. It is super dark. It has a little bit of that like green hinge to it, but it could also be because I'm looking at a bright ring light. But very, very, very impressed with the darkness of this transfer. I'm gonna hang it up, let it cure, quote unquote, and move on. Do some more because I love it. It did really, really well. So moving on. So this is the HTV Ront transfer after that dark. You can see like in her rib cage where this is how crazy. Some of it like fully transferred. Look at this. Isn't that wild? I don't know if you can see that or not. I can see it on my end, but you can see where some of it like fully transferred into the shirt. You can see the seams of where the shirt was. And I just noticed that this says coffee. I need to find this so that I can buy it. Awesome. Highly recommend these products. Sublimation paper, sublimation ink, HTVRONT, guys. Thank you for hanging out for 40 minutes with me. I do apologize that it took that long, but I wanted to give you guys a very thorough review of these products, and wanted to show you exactly what your products can look like. These are dark shirts. This is a dark gray. It is not light gray. I wish I had a light gray to show you. This is light gray. Light gray, dark gray. And it got this much amazingness on it. This is a dark colored shirt. It's not light. It's also not like black or brown or blue, but it's dark. And it's pink, of all things. It's pink. Why do I stress that it's pink, guys? Because typically pinks and reds will bleed through your transfer. The dye, it does that. If you're dyeing a yellow shirt and you put red ink on it, it's going to turn orange. That's just how it works. But none of this pulled through. This is like amazing coloring. The detail is very vibrant. All good things, nothing negative. Just next time try to throw in a disposal kit for those of us who haven't used your ink before, because I don't want to mix brands. You know, it could be bad juju. It's kind of like mixing brands of pasta when you're cooking. If you mix 2 different types of pasta or 2 different brands of pasta, you're gonna know the difference. Maybe that's just me. Either way, you should send a disposal kit. That way, you know, we're not dumping ink in our trash cans that our dogs might get a hold of later. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I do really greatly appreciate it. I really hope that this review of these products helped. I know that it helped me a lot, and I know what I'm changing to. I have my Hypo ink and my Hypo paper and all the other products that they sent to me, and I do love them. I will still use them, but for now I am sticking to this stuff. If I have to purchase products, it will be this. I don't think I will though, because they keep sending me stuff. Yes, this is a sponsored video. Thank you very much, HTV Ront. I love it. Keep sending me stuff. I'll keep doing reviews for you. Till next time, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, drop a comment if you'd like, and peace out.